Hey guys, Shalana here. Welcome to the Bin Zone. On today's video, we're talking about the latest Netflix original movie, 2, aka Dose. Now, this movie is pretty graphic, so full spoilers ahead, and it's not for the weak of stomach because this movie is on the level of the Human Centipede. If you guys don't know, the Human Centipede is a movie where a couple of people were taken and they were sewn together ass to mouth or mouth to butt. Mouth to butt, kind of like a centipede but in human form. So whenever the head of the centipede ate something, they would eat it, swallow it, digest it, poop it into the mouth of the next person, and gradually, let's not talk about it, it's kind of fucked up. But this movie is the same essential premise. We've had two characters, David and Sarah. David and Sarah wake up and they're sewn together by their stomachs, and they have no idea how they got there. They don't know each other, and it's now a mystery revolving around what happened to them. Who was the sick fuck that actually sewed them together and kept them stuck this way? Why are they doing this? And overall, how will they get out of the situation? Because it's a lot to unpack. So let's dive deep into the story of 2. The movie 2 starts off and Sarah wakes up and she sees that she's with this strange man, David. And she's trying to get up and she can't, and it's hurting her. And when she's trying to get up, it wakes David up and he's hurt. And when they come to look down at their abdomen, they've been sewn together. Now, of course, they start to panic. Sarah automatically assumes David is a creep, sicko who kind of did this for his own sick, twisted pleasure. But as the story unravels, we start to learn that David is not the one behind it. And this movie takes these two characters who are diametrically opposed to each other in everything. David is a man, Sarah's a woman. David is a shady criminal. Sarah is a housewife who's married. David's single. Sarah and David live totally opposite lives, but yet something brought them together. And the crux of this entire movie is based on the foundation of the number 2, dose, the lowest prime number that if you multiply it, add it, and take it to the second power, it all equates the same number. So 2 is a driving force in the universe. Yin, yang, light, dark, good, evil, man, woman. The binary nature of the number 2 really plays a big crux in this. And Sarah reveals that her husband Mario has this fascination with the number 2. And this could be Mario behind all of this because Sarah says Mario is a lot older. He is in his late 50s while Sarah claimed she was 33, but she was actually 38. So she's in her 30s while her husband's a good 20 years older than her. And he was super controlling and he was super jealous. So he assumed she was cheating on him. And David is a gigolo, like a male prostitute who goes around and fucks people for money, but also does seedy shit like plant cameras around their house in order to blackmail them after he's had sex with them and he's already gotten paid. So he's a scumbag while Sarah is portrayed as not. So you can automatically see the dichotomy between the two characters. And as they learn more about each other, they start to get closer and understand who they are. So now they have to learn to move together while they're stuck. They have to do everything in unison and they have to essentially become one. You have two people who are stuck together and now are moving as one entity as they try to find their way out of this situation. Quick editor's note I want to bring in at this scene. The fact that they're twins, we find out at the end, and now they have to work as a unit. It's pretty dope if you think about it, because for the most part, Siamese twins used to be one person, one egg that was fertilized and then it was split apart. So now that we found out at the end that the dad wants his twins back together, it's kind of dope or weird that the concept of reverse engineering the process of creating a twin, instead of separating them, you kind of push them together. That's just my editor's note. And they're in this room, and the room doesn't really have anything going for it. It's a standard room. There's a telephone with no dial tone. There's the bathroom, and then there's a big, huge door that they can't open. And that door is made out of reinforced steel, and they can't open it. So they try to figure out where they are, try to find a way to cut the stitches, and then they have to learn to actually live the way they are. So now Sarah has to use the bathroom. They make their way to the bathroom, and David and Sarah find a unique way that both of them can actually pee in peace. And I have to say, teamwork does truly make the dream work in this scenario. They find a way to pee, they make their way back to the room, and they go over and they look at the phone. It doesn't work. They drink water, they open around, they find a Bible. The Bible scripture is Isaiah 11 verse 6 that talks about the wolf laying with the lamb, the leopard laying with the kid. And the essential meaning behind this Bible verse is that once all the wars are over, once humanity has essentially destroyed itself or made it past its own destructive fate, that there is an earthly paradise that we'll retreat to where everyone can lie with each other and we live in harmony. So it goes to show that the diametrically opposed characters of Sarah and David, once they get past all their strife, they can live together in harmony, which they start to do. And it's kind of fucked up if you think about it, because the person who's doing this is making them learn to live like this out of some sick, twisted kind of fantasy. So try as they may, they can't seem to escape. And when they try to cut the stitches, they come to find out that they're not just stuck together skin to skin. This person cut a piece of their stomach open and they're kind of sewn together. Their flesh is sewn together to the point where it's not that easy to separate. So essentially now they're stuck. But as this is going on, the paranoia from Sarah doesn't abate, because while she thinks it's her husband Mario, because of David's seedy past, she tries to think that he's in cahoots with him. Because David is a gigolo, a robber, someone who blackmails people, all the kind of fucked up shit that you would be leery of. And as they start to get closer and understand each other, they get a little intimate, they start to kiss. And now that they're kissing, the person who's watching them turns the light off, comes in, and does what he needs to do, whether it's leave food, painkillers, whatever. But it seems that every time they try to get intimate, this person is bothered by it. And that's very strange. Why would this person care if they got intimate? But as the movie develops, we start to learn more, because now it's full on intimacy. They're kissing, the lights are off, they don't care. They start doing it, and the person walks in. Stop that, he says. And it's like, whoa, who is this guy? But this guy does not want them to get intimate. They don't care, they keep going, and it lures him closer, and they knock him out and escape. It's on their escape that they come to find out that the picture of Rita, she's plastered all over the walls, and it's newspaper clippings talking about Rita dying at birth and giving birth to Siamese twins. And it's a bunch of other news clippings about the history of Siamese twins, starting with the Bunker brothers, who were the original Siamese Americans who were born this way. And that's what coined the term Siamese twins, because of these Siamese Americans and how they ended up having 23 kids and living a full life between each other. And then we find out the kicker, the twist. David and Sarah are Siamese twins that were separated at birth. And their father, after years of tracking them down, finally got them together and reconnected them, because his wife Rita died giving birth to them, and this was her gift to Earth. And he's finally found the last vestige, the last gift his wife left them. But these are two 38-year-old adults who grew up with two separate lives. They've actually been intimate already. So it's kind of sick and fucked up what he's doing to them. But ultimately they end up killing him, and David is shot in the process. So Rita has to cut herself loose and go out and find help. So Rita is running out into the snow naked, cold as shit, bleeding profusely, because remember, they were stuck together. Their flesh was merged. So now she's bleeding profusely. David's been shot and he's bleeding profusely. Rita collapses in the snow while David is inside writhing in agony, and Rita is also writhing in agony, because now that they're separated with non-surgical means, they're losing blood heavily. And then their father starts to talk about how Siamese twins are so conjoined that they can live a healthy life together. But once you separate Siamese twins, it's not long until they die. They need each other to survive. And even when they're twins, when one dies, the other one dies shortly after. And the movie ends with both of them losing blood, about to die, surrounded by the yin-yang signal, light and dark, the dichotomy of their lives. Their faith has brought them here. Their father did this to them. And this whole movie was sickening, yet very intriguing. But hey guys, that's just my thoughts on the movie 2. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. What do you think of the biblical references or the number 2 as a whole? Numerology plays a huge part of this movie, and the number 2 is the driving force behind it. So I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. And until next time, binge on.